I'm going to go with the number one choice. And I bet you won't guess this choice.
Do you want me to guess? Because I've looked
Yes.
through my list here, and the only name you've not said is Vince McMahon.
Son of a... Won't you just ruin it?
Well, you did ask me.
Oh, I did? Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to say Vince McMahon has to be on the top of that list. Just by his performance as the boss man. Oh, people hated him. People wanted to, I mean, this went on like it went on for like months and months and months. And this deal with, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince trying to screw him, whatever. It was almost like Bugs Bunny and what was that? What was that old cartoon? He couldn't catch the bunny, or what was it?
It was Elmer Fudd.
Elmer. Yeah. Okay, Webbit. But it was entertaining as hell. Nobody had more heat at that time, and even up to now, if you want to take in even the Dom, the Dirty Dom, but nobody had more heat than Vince McMahon. And they have tried to replicate that. And I did replicate that in Puerto Rico. I just did it with Puerto Ricans. And I guess when I put it on the local level, it worked. So and Savio Vega was my Vince. And I had him in such a... People hated him one minute and they kind of liked him the next. So, and all I followed was the template for Vince in WWE because it wrote itself after a while. I mean, you didn't have to come up. You just got to think of your boss and what an asshole he is, and just adopt that to a wrestling scenario, and you had it. And I've always said, you draw money if you put everything down on a personal level. Everybody knew somebody like Vince. Maybe not to the degree Vince went, but they just didn't trust their boss. They didn't trust their next door neighbor, or didn't trust somebody. You had to keep your eye on this guy, car sales, or whatever. Anybody that had a little bit of power over you, Vince embodied that, and he did it in such a way you wanted to slap him yourself. So if you break it down to a personal level, that's where Vince had his heat. So any questions?
Yes, is Vince McMahon the greatest wrestling heel of all time?
I think he is. I think he is. And he's the greatest wrestling heel who really didn't wrestle. You know what I mean? And when you did put him in a match, it drew. One of the things I remember, Vince, remember when he was laying in a hospital bed?
Yep.
That was one of the greatest scenes ever I've seen on a wrestling show. And all of a sudden, Stone Cold comes in to see him. Oh no, and beats him up in the bed. I mean, now where else are you going to see stuff like that? I mean, you don't take it seriously, but you do take it seriously because they have really touched you on a nerve, and you're enjoying him getting his comeuppance, even though he is hurt in a bed. Now, what does that say? What does that say about the viewers? Oh, whoop, it was good. It was great. Probably one of the... It should make one of the 50th or the 100th moments of TV. Lawler's in that when he slapped Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when Stone Cold Steve Austin caught him in the bed, the bedpan was there. All kind of stuff. And he hits him with the bedpan. Dong. It makes it hilariously stupid, ridiculous, to the point that you laugh out loud. That to me, what wrestling is. because if you have some of the, and I'm sure every fan out there remembers one match that made them really appreciate pro wrestling. But the wrestling part is, I mean, sometimes we go out there and we try to make it almost too real. And then you go, it gets boring. But how many times do you see somebody go into a hospital room? And I don't even think he's in a hospital room. I think it was like in a little garage underneath a building or something. It had a bed. I don't remember now. I'd have to look it up. But how many times do you see somebody get the crap beat out of them while they're laying in a hospital bed? Not often.